I have risen. Alrighty. So, right here we have a Zeo, Savior Adin, and who's the last one? Belian. So, an oh-so-wonderful team. I initially thought that this Belian was going to be on injury, so basically my plan was... Well, thankfully, also, the Belian was fairly slow, so I was able to get my turn before her. So I initially thought, 100%, yo, this is an injury Belian. No way. No way it's not. So I just go ahead and go into her to stun her. Anything to prolong the turns as much as humanly possible, because the more delay you have on any injury going into your Ed, the better, because that's the source of all your damage. Is if you have high HP, you're going to do good damage, but as soon as you start getting injured even a little bit, yeah, you're kind of in a little bit of trouble. Oh, cool. Thanks, 15%. You the best. So, we've already lost one equivalent exchange DPS. Surely that's not going to come back around and kill us in the long run. And right there, what you just saw, we just had confirmation that that's actually a counter Belian. So, another factor that, like, really kind of sucks is if I had just brought Roana, 100%. Like, this is 100% winnable with a Roana. Because, I swear, anytime you get, like, a Belian and you have Roana with you, it's free real estate. It just is. And I was hoping I would be able to get a kill right there before I was able to get the heal off, and it didn't happen. So, we've already lost Arowell on the very first match. Boy, that's always awesome whenever you lose one of the best tank mitigators in the game on your very first match. That sure, like, hurts your availability for the future matches. Cool! So, here was an equivalent exchange. That's going to kill Belian. And yeah, that Zeo's dead. Like, yeah, he can't do anything. So, now... Ultimately, what we're going to do is we're going to try and like do a big heal on Doris. Unfortunately, we don't have def buff yet. And if we just hit right here, we pretty much win. Okay, cool. We didn't hit. But like, surely we'll be okay. Like, ain't no way this is going to like fucking kill us. Right? Right? Fuck. Okay, so all I have to do is I just have to hit her. Like, okay, yeah, because if this keeps happening, equivalent exchange and just my regular attacks are just going to kill her. Like, everything will be fine. Right? Oh, okay, cool. Jesus fucking Christ. I hate this fucking game. Okay. So... And now we just pretty much go into our pivot for our normal kind of stuff. So yeah, we have Arunka, Shadow Knight, Pyllis, and Roana. That's going into Conqueror, Lilias, Senya, and Choux. And yeah, boys, pay attention to this match right here. Basically, right here, this is your typical Conqueror, Lilias, Senya, Choux comp that you go into. Not too crazy, not too special. Pretty much, you know, the normal kind of stuff. And the biggest real tip that I can always give is with the types of teams that I use, because I use like a lot of tank down shenanigans, as soon as the Choux is dead, this team is 100% free. Like, that's all you have to do. As soon as the Choux is gone, you cannot lose. Like, you just can't. That's the only really big thing that you really have to remember. And straight up, I still firmly believe it. Like, if SG really did want to, like, fix Choux or balance Choux in some way, just take the def pen off the S2. Like, I'm dead serious. Just take the def pen off the S2. It's not like she needs it. Like, that alone already makes her just, like, vastly superior to Charles, because they do essentially the same thing with their, like, S1, S2 proc stuff. It's just she's infinitely better. Because, one, she's a tanky unit, so she doesn't need, like, a stat line of attack, crit, and crit damage. She just needs HP, crit, and crit damage. Whereas Charles needs fucking HP, defense, attack, crit damage, and speed. Whereas Choux just needs to be bulky. That's pretty much it. So it's like, it's really just not fair. Not fair in the slightest. Yeah, they're two different elements, but, like, yeah, they have vastly different stat lines. So that's why, like, Charles is just kind of relegated to, like, doing fucking Banshee shit and PvE shenanigans. But either way, now that we've dealt with the actual one true threat, we're pretty much done. So now all we have to do is just kind of like play this one out. Yeah, as soon as you kill Senya, then you can start working on Conqueror Lilias, and you're pretty much done. But in other news, yeah, I'm almost over this cold or flu or whatever the hell it is that I have. Maybe it was just allergies. I don't know. Whatever. I think like one more good night's sleep will probably get me back to 100%. Because yeah, before. It was a matter of like, oh god, I can't breathe. My nose is stuffy. I can't do anything. My head hurts. And now it's just like, okay, my head hurts, and I really just want to cough a whole lot. But yeah, that's basically about it. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this oh so wonderful match. It really is getting kind of tiring, man. I'm so sick of this comp. And it's just like, I understand why people do it. Like, I get it. It's because it's extremely consistent. Not very many people, like, have a lot of very, very definitive answers to it. I think my answer to it is pretty legit. It's just, I think Arunka is not the best to go into it. I don't know, man. I could probably think of a better unit. Like, honestly, the best unit to go into this is really a 100% crit Zahhak. Like, that's your best unit, period. Because with him, you also injure the Choux. You will always hit the Senya. Just stuff like that. You're just in amazing shape going into those particular comps. And oh, cool, this dude is extra based. So we have a holy sack Senya just to waste my time even more. I love you, bro. Woo! Like, holy shit. I'm feeling the pain. The pain and suffering. But, like, yeah. Guys, just seriously, buff Arunka. Just buff her. Like, her S3 is pathetic. The damage on it is absolutely pathetic, considering the terms of which that you have to do on the attack. The S1 doesn't proc on misses, and it procs 50% of the time anyway. Which is, like, the big money maker when it comes to damage. Because when this happens, like, look at that. Like, that was just on an S1. That's crazy damage, actually. And it's super good. Okay. So, because I've lost my tank options, I decided to go full RNG. So, this can go very, very bad, very, very quick. Fortunately... the bad doesn't happen. Like, I'm pretty positive that's probably an RNL Ren, and I don't think RNL procs. So, because RNL doesn't proc, we're able to S3 with Sinful Angelica, and because we have Sinful Angelica S3'd already, we can go into the Adin. Like, that's gonna do jack fucking shit. And now, we just straight up kill the Adin. Easy peasy. Now, we do make one mistake right here. Because Adin already went, the two units they still have invincibility. And I go for like an S2 on Zahhak, but I'm too fast. I have speed buff, and that was a 50% CR boost. So that was a mistake on my part. I'm just taking an unnecessary risk right there. So like, hey, straight up, I just took a bunch of damage for no reason. Like, there was no reason for me to do that. But thankfully, we go into Mercedes, we kill her right there. Now I just have to hit Ran, get rid of the skill null, and then we just go into Ran, and we're just going to attack buff and soul burn for flex damage, do 40k. Yeah, nothing personal, kid. And then we move on. So, here is your very, very typical Lua Senya Choux, something that I really just straight up don't see anymore. Like, I really almost never see Lua Senya Choux. Maybe it's because a lot of people are starting to build their Pyllises and their Christies for this, especially what with the news of like Christy getting like that little buff that's going to be coming soon. And hey, I don't blame them, because basically Christy, Shadow Knight Pyllis, and Roana completely farms this team. Like, so why does it farm this team as opposed to a Conqueror Lilias? So with Conqueror Lilias, you run the risk of pulling Choux with your dual attacks. So when that happens, you run a like massive risk of just taking absurd amounts of damage, which that's the only real like lose condition that you have whenever you're fighting Conqueror Lilias, which is why I bring another DPS instead of Christy. Christy doesn't really do anything against Conqueror Lilias. So with this, I completely negate, like, the negative effects of Lua. Because if Lua can't do her S2 and her S3 shenanigans to you, she's a useless character. The only thing that she can do is if she's rocking her own artifact, and then she can, like, give stealth to, like, another unit. But all you have to do is just pivot your strategy and just kill the Lua. Because if she's not stealthing herself, and she's stealthing the DPS, if you just kill her, now you don't have to deal with her at all. And then you just deal with the DPS afterwards. But, yeah, this is a typical Lua that's also running Guiding Light. And also, like, I don't know why this guy's doing this, but he's got a level 51 Lua as opposed to, like, a level 60 Lua. Like, okay. I get it, bro. Like, there's the level 50 shenanigans for a unit that you can build. Just like, oh, hey, cool, this guy looks weak. And he turns out to be, like, 280 speed or some shit. But here, you're level 51. Like, you have no reason not to be level 60. Like, especially with how easy it is to level up now. And also, with you being level 51, you don't have access to the Last Awakening, which is HP. You want that. Because that's, like, the one big thing that Lua has, is if Lua is not being killed, and she's just on the field doing annoying shit, like, that's the value that Lua brings. It's just being an annoying bitch. But, like, hey, of course, like I do whenever I fight this kind of stuff, is if you go into this with, like, really, really high ER all around, you really have almost nothing to worry about. Which is, like, one other fun thing you could do here, if you really wanted to, is you could probably farm this team with Arya, if you, like, did the Christy, Roana stuff with Arya. I just haven't gotten around to building her yet. I don't know, man. I might sometime soon. It's just, oh, good lord, dude. It is so hard to find the time to build units. Like, hey, man, if there's anything in particular that I do want from SG, I just want some QOL in regards to, like, actually building units. Like, for example, one big thing that I would really, really like, that I think would be hyper-based, is just being able to enhance more than one item at a time. Or just straight up getting rid of, like, enhancement materials altogether and just making it only be gold. I think that would be really, really based. Because, I mean, like, hey, I have, like, what, 400 million gold or something like that? But I can't really use it because I have to use enhancements along with gold to do it, when there's really no reason to even have the enhancements there. And, I mean, like, I can't really experiment with stuff, and I can't roll gear as much, because if I just roll stuff willy-nilly, I'm essentially wasting resources. So, I mean, yeah, that's just like a him and haw, like, kind of way of me saying, it's like, well, I mean, you're just stupid. Well, yeah. I am. But, like, that's just how I feel about it. Like, if I was going to have any QOL added to the game, I would absolutely love for anything like that. Just some kind of enhancing equipment QOL. Oh, hey, look, the match is over. Okay, boys. Let's watch Pain, Suffering, and Depression. So, hey, looky there. The RNG giveth. We got 15%ed, so we don't have attack down. Let's go into the shoe.
I'll remove any trace of you.
That is so fucking depressing. That should do so much more damage. Because, like, this isn't even a super thick shoe. It's just a strong one. I'm pretty sure this one has, like, a lot of crit damage. So, okay. Hey, shoe's almost dead. Like, we're turn one, like, out the box, and we're already about to win. So all we have to do is just go into shoe just a little bit more, and we win. Okay, so yeah, Arunka just got hit with blind and provoke. Okay, this is not too bad. we can still do this. So yeah, we lose like some Arunka DPS for like 2 turns. Okay, no big deal. Oh, cool. Okay, so provoke is probably going to continue to happen. Kind of makes me wonder if I should probably like build a 100 effect resist Arunka. I'm starting to actually think about it. Bro, she has 1,000 HP. If all you have to do is just kill the shoe. Just kill the shoe and you win. Okay, so you remember what I was talking about before, like whenever you're fighting Conqueror or Lilias? That's really your only lose condition, is if the shoe just goes absolutely batshit fucking crazy. So you're seeing it right now. But to those of you who are also paying attention, you're probably also noticing I'm not taking advantage of the situations. Case in point, every time it's Roana's turn, I am not hitting Senya. And that's a pretty big factor, because like that's like an extra, what, 4,000 something HP heal, like per turn if I were to do that. Because you gain like, 1,600 on the Vigilant Eye proc, and then you also gain like about like, what, 3k, something like that on Celestine. So, like, yeah, that's pretty big. And, yeah, Choux is just going absolutely ham-hocks fucking crazy. Like, Arunka is almost dead. I just took 9k right there. So, hey, cool. And because Conqueror Lilias is a completely fair and balanced fucking character, hey, cool, free turn. I'm just gonna go into you and kill you. That's fucking good. That's the good shit right there. So, Shadow Knight Pyllis finally died to this comp. And I really think it's not so much a matter of, oh, the team just wanted me to lose. I think that was my fault. So yeah, maybe there was always a chance of losing, but like, I don't know. I think a lot of that was my own fault. So here's another thing as well. Arunka's dead. But if I wanted to, because I've already dealt with the actual problem being Choux, I could have probably waited the additional 70 turns and then just drew. I didn't, because I'm fucking retarded. So, okay, whatevs. So then we're going to go into the next fight, and this is literally the same thing as the last one that I did. So it's a matter of, hey, does Ran RNL? Okay, cool, he didn't. So because Ran doesn't RNL, we can S3 with Sinful Angelica, and we're faster this time than Savior Adin. So this just is a free opportunity to kill her. So we kill her here, and then because of what happened last time, we know that whenever Destina gets the chance to like S2 Zahhak, he's just going to straight up get his turn. So now, because of that, we don't have to deal with invincibility. We're just going to straight up kill her. So we lost our attack buff due to a strip, but I can just give it back. It's fine. And, okay, cool, we didn't miss. So, hey, free. 100%. Oh, God. I want to go to sleep. And with that being said, that is the GuildWar. Oh, man. I'm so happy to finally be, like, caught up. Now, I've gotten all my Guild Wars all fixed and ready to go. I did way too much in the last few days. Hopefully I'm over this fucking bullshit, man. I hate being sick. I am never sick. Like, ever. I never, ever get sick, period. But, like, hey, whatevs. We'll deal with it. And hopefully one of these days, SG decides to actually buff Arunka. I'm kind of debating, like, benching her. Like, I need to get another team, like, prepped and ready to go to fight, like, Conqueror, Lilias, and Choux. I'll figure it out later whenever I'm in, like, a better state of mind. My head still really, really hurts. But, like, I'll think about it. I'll think about it later. Because, like, I could probably do some Lone Crescent Bologna shenanigans. Because the only thing you really need when it comes to Lone Crescent Bologna stuff is you just need a cleanse. Because if you have a cleanse, then you don't have to worry about Senya. Because Senya is the #1 counter to Lone Crescent Bologna. Because if you get provoked and you get, like, blinded, that's just an opportunity to get yourself killed. So if you have a cleanse with, like, Lone Crescent, like, you should be 100% good to go. But of course, like, you're dealing with, like, all of the so wonderful RNG that Choux brings. But hey, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, leave a like. And if you want to see more of my content, go on ahead and hit subscribe. I'm gonna go pass out. Later.